Hello 7th graders. This video is the start of our decimal review, and this video is related to adding and subtracting decimals. At the end of our video, you should have 3 different things written down in your notes. Before we get started with our video, I wanted to make a quick reminder about showing your work. This first example here is not showing your work. Just writing the problem down using a calculator and then writing the answer, or writing the answer from your head is not showing your work. We want you to rewrite the problem, like over here, and show how you borrow or any computations that you do in your problem, so we can see how you are thinking through problems. So remember to make sure that you are showing your work. Alright, first thing that we're going to be writing down in your notes is the rules that we need to follow when we are adding and subtracting decimals. The most important thing that you need to remember when you are adding and subtracting decimals is to line up the decimals. Make sure that you bring the decimal point down into your answer when you're doing your computation. And you may, depending on the problem, you may need to use zeros as placeholders. And remember, when we use zeros as placeholders, it does not change the value of the number. And whole numbers have invisible decimals after the ones place. So after the decimal point, we don't always write the decimal number. If it's 0, we don't need it, so we leave it out. And remember that there are no calculators, and make sure that you are showing your work. Alright. Look at these two problems here, or this problem, sorry. We have 2.12 plus 9. 2.12 plus 9. Now, a common mistake that we see is when we rewrite our problem, students want to put the 9 right here, and that is incorrect. We need to make sure that we are differentiating or understanding the difference between whole numbers and decimal numbers. So this 9 is a whole number, so we need to line it up under the other whole number, which is a 2. And then in this case we can put some zeros here for placeholders, although you don't need to. When you are doing this problem, you may just think to yourself, well, 9 whole, I know that there are 2 zeros after that 9, but I don't need to worry about them. I can just bring down the numbers from the top, make sure I bring my decimal place holder down, and then you can just add the ones place. So 2 plus 9 will give us 11. Okay, so this is your answer. Go ahead and pause the video here if you have not already written down these rules. Okay, now it's your turn. So you're going to try these problems on your own, and then come back and see how you did. Alright, let's look at A. Now when we're adding numbers together, it doesn't matter the order that we add them in. So I'm just going to rewrite this problem here as 6.5 plus 25. Now I need to remember that to put the 25 in the correct place related to the decimal. And then we have 0.37. Alright, now we have many missing zeros, so I'm just going to go and plug those zeros in. So 50, 25.00. And then we have, and now we can see our problem is all the numbers are lined up, and then we can just add them like normal. So we have 0, 0 plus 7 will give us 7. 5 plus 0 will give us 5, plus 3 will give us 8. And then we can bring down our decimal. 6 plus 5 plus 0 will be 11. Carry the 1. We have 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 2 is 3, plus 0 is 3. So our answer will be 31 and 87 100ths, or 31.87. All right, take a look at B. We got 19.2. 19.2 plus 31.82. Okay, I'm going to add a 0 as a placeholder up here, and then we can just add our numbers like normal. 0 plus 2 will give us 2. 2 plus 8 will give us 10, so I'm going to put the 0 down, carry the 1, make sure I bring my decimal point down. We have 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 1 is 11, and carry that 1. Then we have 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. 51.02, or 51 and 200ths is our answer. All right, last one's your turn again, so go ahead and pause the video here. Try these subtraction problems on your own, and then come back and see how you did. Okay, so we got 0.42 minus 0.0018. All right, now zeros as placeholders become more important when we are doing subtraction. So I'm going to put these zeros here. Okay, and now we can do our computation. So we have 0.4200 minus 0.0018. And if we look at this first subtraction area, 0 minus 8, you can't take away 8 from 0, so we need to borrow. So we're going to go all the way over here to the 2. We're going to change that to a 1. And then we are going to change this to a 10. Ooh. So we have 10 here. Then we need to borrow from the 10, so we change that to a 9. Change this to a 10 here. And now we are ready to subtract. 10 minus 8 will give us 2. 9 minus 1 will give us 8. This becomes a 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 4 minus 0 is 4. Bring down our place value decimal, and our answer is 0.4182. And let's take a look at D. We have 27.001 minus 7.5. Okay, make sure again that we line up our decimals, and also can put some placeholders here, and then now we are ready to do our subtraction. So we have 1 minus 0 will give us 1. 0 minus 0 will continue to be 0. 0 minus 5, we can't take away 5 from 0, so we're going to have to borrow. Change that to a 6. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 will give us 5. Make sure we bring down our decimal place. And then 6 minus 7, we can't take 7 away from 6, so we're going to have to borrow. This becomes 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. And 1 minus 0 will give us 1. So our answer is 19.501. Alright, hopefully this was a quality review for you, and you are now remembering how to add and subtract decimals.